everybody, welcome to Steamboat Kids at Home. Before we jump in, go ahead and grab your parents and grab your brothers and sisters. Let them be a part of this. Pull them in. Be like, come on, it's gonna be fun. You have 30 seconds to grab them. Are you ready? Set, go. My name is Hadley. Welcome to Steamboat Kids at Home.
Hi.
So today we're gonna really be hammering it home, talking about forgiveness.
Yep.
Kyle, what's wrong? Can't you see we're trying to do a show here?
Well, my friend pushed me off my scooter, took it, broke it. Now I don't want to play with him.
I'm so sorry, Kyle, so sorry. But how are you feeling right now?
I'm mad.
You know what, Kyle? You are in just the right place for what we're gonna be learning today. Today we're gonna be learning that forgiveness is deciding that someone who has wronged you doesn't have to pay. Another thing we can pull out of our tool belt is worship. So kids, this is the time you get to stand up to your feet, sing and dance and shout and just praise Jesus. So go ahead and grab your parents, let them be a part of this and show them how much you just love Jesus and put those hands up.
Searching, your love was never far. You made a way to get to me. You were the whisper leading me to your heart. Forever I belong to you. Now I can see clearly, my God, you for me. You won't let go. Your love won't let me down. And I know it's true. Yeah, I know that as I pray. You leave the 99 for me. You paint the sky with promises of your grace. So I will find my way to you. Now I can see clearly, my God, you for me. You won't let go. Your love won't let me down. And I know it's true. Yeah, I know that your love I want all of you, you'll never change. Your love
Oh man, I love that song. My dance moves were killing it. Were yours? Whew. But do you remember me from last week? We were here, we were talking about how I went. I spent all my dad's money. I had a great time. But in the end, I realized I had nothing to go back to except for my dad. And he was there welcoming me. But there's another side to this story that we're gonna talk about this week. Yeah, we're gonna talk about my side of the story. See, I'm the brother Will. I stayed at home, I did my work, and my brother just left, went and partied, did all these things he wanted to, and then my dad just welcomes him back home, throws him a party. He never threw a party for me. So would you feel like I feel? Would you be mad if your brother left? We're gonna give you guys 30 seconds as a family to see, would you be mad?
The Bible, it's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Luke. Chapter 15, verses 21 through 32.
When Jesus wanted to share something important, he often told a story to explain what he meant. Now one day, the religious leaders were grumbling because Jesus chose to bring in outcasts and people who did things wrong.
He hangs out with sinners and even eats with them.
Jesus knew their hearts. These men thought they were better than everyone else. So he told them the story of a man and his two sons. Now the youngest son asked for his share of his father's money, and he took off. He spent his money on parties and all other stuff. But then the money ran out, and he ended up at a miserable job feeding pigs, while he himself starved. Desperate, the young son returned home, planning on begging for mercy and working as a servant. Instead, his father welcomed him with open arms and even planned a party for his lost son in his honor. Ultimately, seemed like a happy ending. But Jesus wasn't finished with the story yet.
The older son was in the field. When he came near the house, he heard music and dancing.
If Jesus were to tell that story to us today, it might sound something like this. The older brother, let's call him Will. He spent the entire day working hard, perhaps plowing up the packed dirt on a brand new field.
Come on, Bessie. Just one more row. Gotta finish before the light goes.
As the sun slipped behind the hill, Will finished breaking the dirt on his last long row.
I just need some water and a quiet meal and bed.
Will trudged slowly back to the house and left Bessie in the barn with a bag of oats.
If my slacker brother hadn't run off, I wouldn't have to work so hard.
As Will neared the house, he was surprised to see the lights blazing from every window.
What is going on?
Will stopped, trying to make sense of all the activity and the music. Then, the back door opened. One of the servants stepped outside to throw out a bowl of scrap, and she turned to go back inside.
Wait.
The servant paused.
What's happening?
It's just the party for your brother.
The what for my what?
You haven't heard? Your brother showed up this afternoon. Your dad had the fattest calf killed and roasted to celebrate. He is so thankful Jake's safe.
A party? My dad is throwing a party?
I'll let the family know you're back.
What? No. I am not coming in.
The servant wrinkled her nose.
Whew. You want someone to run you a bath first?
Leave me alone.
The servant hurried back inside. Will paced as his exhaustion vanished and anger coursed through his veins.
I work all day. Every day. Has Dad ever thrown a party for me?
Will stalked back and forth, fuming as the back door opened up again. His father hurried out.
Will, here you are.
Well, look at that. You decided to remember I exist.
Your brother is back. He's okay.
Well, that is just fantastic.
We're all celebrating, but it's not complete without you. Come on inside.
Will turned and looked directly at his father, eyes blazing.
All these years, I've worked non-stop for you. I've done every single thing you asked, and you never even given me a goat to have a party with my friends.
You never said you wanted.
This son of yours runs away with your money and wastes it like a fool. Then he shows up and you roast a fatted calf and throw a giant shindig.
Will's father sighed, took a deep breath, and looked Will directly in the face.
My son, you are always with me. Everything I have is yours, but we had to celebrate and be glad. This brother of yours was dead for all we knew. And now he's alive again. He was lost and now he is found.
Look, I'm real tired. I plowed the entire north field.
Thank you.
I think I'll just go to bed.
Won't you come into the party? Just for a few minutes.
Will hesitated. He could see the people through the window, dancing, eating, full of joy. The light and the music called them.
Please, Will.
We don't know if the older brother ever listened to his father. We don't know if he ever forgave his younger brother. We don't know if he chose to go and enjoy the party. But what we do know is that if he stayed outside, he missed out on many good things.
See, the Bible doesn't tell us if I chose to forgive my dad or chose to forgive my brother. But the bottom line is, if I didn't go into that house, I didn't get to eat the food, I didn't get to spend time with my family, I didn't get to enjoy the party. The bottom line is, if I don't forgive, I miss out.
Forgiveness, it isn't always easy. Actually, sometimes it's super unfair, but we all mess up. We all have a time when we have to ask somebody, hey, will you forgive me? And it's a choice, right? Like last week, we had it, right? We had the object that we had to hold. And remember how when I was talking, your arm probably got a little heavier? Yeah, that's the same with when you don't forgive. When you don't forgive, it just weighs on you. And you have that choice. Do you want to be like the brother? You know what I mean? Do you want to miss out on things? It's a choice you get to have.
Hadley.
Hi.
Hadley. Hadley.
Okay, what?
I have an idea.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about forgiveness, and I've decided to forgive. But it's more than just saying I forgive. It's an action. And so I want you to practice this too. And you guys have the choice to do this with us. Go brush your teeth and get a glass of orange juice, and we are gonna practice forgiveness right now.
Very
Go
nice.
brush your teeth. How's your teeth?
Pearly white.
I hope yours are too. Hope you got your orange juice ready. You're gonna need it for this next part. Every time I say forgive, you're gonna need to take a drink of orange juice. How's that taste after brushing your teeth?
Nasty.
A little gross. But hey, remember my friend from the beginning? He stole my scooter. I had to learn how to forgive him. And guess what? I had to go and ask for forgiveness. Not just once, but twice. I had to say, do you forgive me? Do you forgive me for being mad? will you forgive me for being mad at taking the scooter? And he had to ask for forgiveness back. And after all that, how's it taste?
Sweet. It
That's
tastes
just
sweet.
like forgiveness. It's not just one time, but after we do it multiple times, it gets sweet.
Kyle, I am so proud of you for forgiving your friend. Thank you so much for your story.
Of course. Hey, I'll see you guys next week.
Bye, Kyle. So, family, we put in our tool belt forgiveness, right? This next week, we're gonna start a whole new thing. Over this whole month, we're gonna talk about humility and what that looks like. Because you know what? Another week, it went by. But you guys made the choice, right? You made the choice to hop on and join us today. So I just wanna say thank you so much for that. Another tool we can put in our tool belt is the Parent Q app. It is such a good resource for you guys so you can continue to follow along with us with questions at the dinner table. It even will give you questions for the beginning and the end of the day to keep those conversations going. And another cool tip is you can change it into Spanish if you like. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Make sure you share this, and we'll see you next week.